All right, hello everyone. This is day 2 of me being gone. I promise I will be back tomorrow unless something crazy happens, but here is your assignment for today. So your third and last practical will be over the digestive system, and I've often found that kids do fairly well on this one just because I feel like this is the body system that we're most familiar with. So on this first slide here, well, second on my end, but it'll be the first one that you actually type on, your goal is to look at the numbers, right? And then match them over here. So I said the liver was done as an example, right? So the liver is number 1, and that's right here. So your goal here is to look at the numbers, figure out what it's pointing to, and then just type that number in the text box. So like, if you think the small intestine is, I don't know, number 9, which it's not, please don't put number 9 there, then you would just type 9 next to it. On the next slide, based on what you did up here, okay, so the liver is number 1, so what you would do is you would type number 1 is the liver. Its function is to blah, 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 blah. Please don't actually write blah, 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 blah. Your best bet, if you aren't sure, is to go to the good old Google machine, okay, and maybe look it up. Now, whatever you get is probably going to be a nice, lovely science definition that you need to put into your own words, very similar to our body systems project. So for me, I did number 10, okay, hopefully you knew on the previous slide that that's also the mouth. I said it's responsible for mechanical digestion, essentially chewing. It does moisten the food with saliva to make it easier to slide down the esophagus, and then it helps break down starches. There's an enzyme in your saliva that breaks down things in like potatoes and pastas, things like that. The last slide, how are the circulatory system and digestive system interdependent? Now remember, interdependence is 2 or more body systems working together. So your goal here is to answer the question, digestive system, circulatory system, right? Your blood vessels, your arteries, your heart, all those things. How do these 2 systems work together? And I promise they do, okay? If you aren't sure, again, you may need to look it up and put the answer in your own words. Number 2, the liver in the rats are quite large. Whether we've seen them yet or not, we will eventually, okay? But your task here is, again, reiterate what is the function of the liver. And then why do you think that rats would have such a large liver? Like, what would be the point of that based on the function that it has? So you probably have talked about the liver in health class in terms of poisonous substances that are in your body, okay? And what it does with those substances. So maybe a helpful hint there. And then these are just kind of, I don't know, I tried to think of life questions that relate back to biology because I know that some people have their gallbladders removed. So just a question that I thought of that you guys might want to look up and see. Why would people who have had their gallbladder removed, so there are people who exist that don't have a gallbladder, why would they have a difficult time digesting fats? Because they do. They have a very difficult time digesting fats. So again, if any of these questions or the functions or anything is confusing for you, you are more than welcome to look it up. All I care about is that it is in your own words and that you have at least kind of an understanding of where these things are. Because like I said, your last lab practical is going to be pointing these certain things out in the rat. Okay? All right, I will be back tomorrow and we will review real quick and then we will go from there.